The 75th anniversary NATO summit will take place in Washington from July the 9th to the 11th. In addition to the 32 members of the alliance, the foreign ministers of 35 partner countries that are not members of the bloc are also invited. We are talking about countries such as Israel, Egypt, Jordan, Qatar and the United Arab Emirates. Also in April of this year, NATO Secretary General Jens Stoltenberg invited Ukrainian leader Volodymyr Zelensky to take part in the meeting. According to Reuters, Kiev can count on positive news regarding the receipt of additional air defense systems at the upcoming summit in Washington.
The things that we are doing now are to, and you've heard others say this, is build a bridge for Ukraine to come into NATO. And so part of that is working with them in terms of looking at their military and their defense capabilities, not only to ensure that they can sustain those into the future, but also to build interoperability in for the day when they are a member of NATO.
However, the bridge to Kiev's progress towards NATO membership could have consequences, foreign policy experts say. They sent a joint letter of warning to NATO members, which Politico reviewed. The message says that if Ukraine is accepted into the alliance, then in the event of a Russian attack on the Ukrainian state in the future, this will provoke a war between the two leading nuclear powers of the world. However, not all analysts agree with this. Rand Corporation researchers are confident that Western allies will only benefit if they offer Kiev special conditions for future NATO membership at the summit in Washington.
The United States and all NATO allies have said that the future of Ukraine is in NATO. At this summit, we will outline concrete ways in which NATO can help Ukraine defend itself against Russian aggression, build the future capacity needed to deter Russia, and implement the necessary reforms to make itself a stronger candidate for NATO membership. Douglas Jones, Deputy Assistant Secretary of State for European and Eurasian Affairs, in an interview with The Voice of America. It is very important to conduct politics from a position of strength. What Reagan once talked about, peace through force. To do this, it is necessary, among other things, to eliminate the gray zones, meaning those states that are located between some aggressive entities such as Russia and NATO. In this case, it is very important that Ukraine joins NATO as soon as possible. This will minimize the possibility of Russia's aggressive behavior.
Back in January, President of Ukraine Volodymyr Zelensky said that he hoped for two decisions at the summit: the transfer of new air defense systems and concrete steps towards Ukraine's membership in NATO. Experts also highlight two key issues for discussion at the summit.
The first issue is how NATO can help Ukraine defend itself. They will talk about systematic and large-scale military technical assistance from NATO member states. The second issue there will be discussed is related to the need to develop a strategy to deter Russia, so that in the future there will be no further attempts on the part of Russia to wage an aggressive war against NATO member states.
The Vilnius NATO summit was held in July 2023. As a result, several alliance member countries announced additional packages of military assistance to Kiev, and a security guarantee plan was agreed upon with the G7 countries. In addition, the Ukraine NATO Council was created after the summit. This is a body that ensures joint consultations, decision-making and holding the events between Kiev and alliance member countries. Reported by Diana Kolesnik, Nikita Skoblikov, UATV News.